Hello Taurus, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, my friends. How are you? How are you feeling through this crazy energy? Look, if you're somebody who is a Pisces moon, you know that it's kind of off the chain for you, right? So the eclipse that happened yesterday was a partial lunar eclipse in Pisces, but there was a full moon in Pisces yesterday. And so those of us who are probably a mutable or a cardinal sign, we're feeling it the most. So mutable signs are Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. Cardinal signs are Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn. And, Pluto is sort of moving back into Capricorn to wrap up things that have been going on for a really long time. So this is really a very cathartic, so this one is a doozy, is what it is. So I'm here to read about that. So for those of you who are at this stage where you're very sensitive to this energy and something has changed for you, or you feel like something has shifted for you, this reading is for you. And it won't be for everybody. Not everyone's ready. Not everyone feels it. And if you don't feel it, it's because you're not ready to feel it. You're not ready for the change. This isn't the part of your life. But for those of you who have felt this really big shift, it is a time of facing your fears, your traumas. That's the Pisces energy, right? And then we have that this eclipse is sort of triggered by the dominance of Aries, and so we do have it can turn out to be kind of a dramatic time, right? You or people around you could be acting a little bit unhinged at this point, and so let's talk about what has changed, or what sort of changes you're going to see coming up in the future. Let's start with the Moonology cards. Tell me about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you're brand new, welcome. If you are the ride or die, thanks so much for showing up again. I appreciate you. We had some fun last night in the membership area. If you're interested in being in the membership area, please look at the pinned comment below. There also is still a sale, right, on the until the end of the month for my private reads. All right. Here we go. Tell me about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's coming up for Taurus now that we've gotten past this eclipse energy here? We're not through it. I'm telling you, we're not through it. Like, what the hell? I'm a Pisces moves. What the hell? I haven't been on the platform for 2 days because I could barely string words together. Never mind read cards. Okay, so we have work through your fears. There we go. There's the emotional component, right? It says new moon in Scorpio, so scorpionic energy. So working through your fears, as I said, like facing your fears and your traumas. That's the Pisces influence here. And we do have luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is one of those signs, one of those mutable signs that is going to be most affected by this, by the switch up here, right? So we do have the full moon in Virgo. Virgo is also one of those. You are good enough. So for some of you, you're going to be realizing that, look, you are good enough, and the people that are saying you're not good enough, you're going to get rid of those people in your life, I feel. You're going to cut them out. Luck is on your side. I feel like you will feel lucky probably in the next little bit here. And we do have work through your fears. So it is a time to sort of face your fears, put some things to rest. Tell me more about Taurus, please. Tell me about Taurus. We've got patience. Be patient with yourself, friends. This is a really sort of tumultuous time where you will be changing, making decisions you never made before. It says, I accept that everything happens in divine timing. Things are going to start showing up that you didn't think. You thought things that were dead and gone, buried, whatever, you had ended something. Those things might come back up so you can deal with them. Not for all of you, of course, but for some of you it will. It could be a situation, a thought, pattern. It could be a pattern that you are trying really hard to get out of. And then we have growth. At the end of it all is the growth. I kind of love that for you. We have growth. It says, I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. And so that's what I was talking about. Not everyone is feeling the effects of this moon. Some people are looking at it as sort of an aggravation because people around them are acting erratically. But I feel like for those of you who are really into, who really are affected by the moon phases, I feel like you'll be the one that I'm talking to. We do have judgment, and it says here, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. This moon is exactly about that, facing fears and traumas, but also, realizing that other people have their crap too, and you got to allow other people to have their crap. And some people get angry when people like back away or decide that they can't speak with you for a while, but people are allowed to get a hold of their own crap, and some of it has nothing to do with you. And the more you realize that other people's lives have nothing to do with you, the better off you'll be. And let's look at some tarot. Tell me about the tarot. Tell me about Taurus. What else do we need to know about the cards that we have here? What sort of fears is Taurus working through at this time? Energies that are here, Sagittarius and Scorpio, Virgo and Pisces. Tell me more about Taurus, please. What else does Taurus need to know about what is to come up now that things have changed, or now that we've come through this, the worst of this eclipse energy here? And it doesn't mean that things should have changed yesterday. If things don't change today, it doesn't mean you're out of the clear. This energy is going to be around for a while, and there will be changes that are coming up in the future. And it's likely to be quick changes that you're not expecting. Tell me more about Taurus, please. We do have the Five of Wands. So anything that you've been holding back from, reserving your judgment, indecision, decisions you could not make, you felt like you couldn't do. And if there were fears that were coming up that you would maybe hurt somebody, or somebody wouldn't be your friend if you made a certain mistake about saying something, I feel like the Five of Wands is telling me that there's no more beating up of the self anymore. I feel like for those of you who have felt this shift, I feel like you've decided, you know what, I'm just not gonna feel that way anymore. I'm just gonna do what I need to do for me, and if people don't like it, then that's a them problem. That's not a you problem, Taurus. Tell me about patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order, and nothing can happen before then. We see a lot of people stomping around in the comments, blaming the reader. But listen, I'm telling you what the energies are about, and if you're busy pointing out there, blaming the reader, blaming the people, blaming everybody else, then I feel like it's this cycle right now that we're coming through with this eclipse. You need it more than anybody, right? If you're having a really hard time being patient about what's coming to you, we do have the star energy here. I really feel like a lot of healing is needed, because things cannot come around until they're ready to come around. I know that we're living in a world where you can just get anything you want within 48 hours by ordering it from your phone, but that's not how the universe works. When you're ready, you'll be able to bring it in. If you're not ready, you cannot bring it in. Tell me about luck is on your side. We've got the Six of Swords. We've got growth. Tell me about growth as I expand my consciousness and my awareness. At the end of all of it, that's what it's coming down to at the end of the day, is that you need to grow from the Five of Pentacles. So if you're in this energy of lack, feeling like you're not getting what you want and you're not being patient for it, I feel like it's growth that you need. You need to sort of change your mind and look at things a little differently. This is a time, if you were feeling stuck, you're not going to feel stuck for much longer. You're going to start to come to a realization of, yeah, things come in patience. They come in time, and I need to focus on me instead of blaming everybody else for what I don't have in my life right now. It's time to really focus on you and heal the self. So luck is on your side. I feel like for some of you, you're becoming unstuck. So if you're feeling stuck, I feel like you won't feel stuck much longer. Let's talk about the Five of Wands here. This is energy that's coming up for you in the week ahead here, Taurus. So I think that you're going to be working through some fears here. They might be emotional fears for some of you because it is scorpionic energy, but it also might be fears of listening to your intuitive or psychic energy. Tell me about the Five of Wands, please. I feel like somebody's no longer going to be held back or be in indecision. A decision is about to be made here about something. We do have the Eight of Swords. There it is, coming out of the Eight of Swords in the reverse. Eight of Swords in the reverse is feeling like I had myself stuck. I had myself stuck in this place where I realized that now that I'm the one that was the cause of being stuck. It was a thought pattern that I was stuck in that I couldn't change from. And a lot of people will say Taurus is kind of stubborn, but it's because we don't want to do things quickly. I say we because I'm a Taurus sun. We want to do it on our own time, right? So we have the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like you're coming out of this energy, Taurus, of feeling stuck, feeling like you're shut down, shut off, miserly with your time, not telling people anything, not really being vulnerable. I feel like you're getting unstuck here. We do have the High Priestess, and you're going to begin trusting your intuition a little bit more. I think as it comes to the Five of Wands and beating yourself up about things that maybe you didn't take action on in the past, I feel like now you're realizing that your intuition was the thing that was telling you, hold your place, that it's not time for you to make the decision just yet. I feel like you're going to start trusting your intuition. I feel like also you're going to start not giving everybody all of the information. There's so many people who put so many things online, right? We see it, we live in it, right? And not everything belongs online. And I think it's time for you to realize that, that you don't have to put all of your wins and losses online. It does feel like here that you're coming to a place where that you don't worry about the competition. You don't really care if anyone else is putting their stuff on life, that you don't really need to put yourself online all of the time. I feel like you're trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, I feel, to just stay quiet, stay in your energy, and really just sort of work out whatever fears you have about staying stuck here. Tell me about the star energy here. The star, tell me. We have the moon energy. We have the Ten of Pentacles. And the Two of Swords. I think that Taurus, I'm supposed to tell you that everything comes in divine order, including the Ten of Pentacles, right? So I feel like the moon energy is telling me that this is sort of being hidden from you at this time, because right now is a time for you to heal. It's time for healing. It's time for realizations. It's time to get your balance between your stability in the pentacle world and your emotional self. It's time to balance those two things out. I'm talking about the star energy, right? She's got 1 foot on the earth and she's got 1 foot in the water. So we've got the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Swords is the one who is liberating themselves. It's time for me to speak out and say the things that I want to say. And this is part of maybe the place where you were feeling stuck. And maybe you have a fear of speaking out, fear of telling people how you feel, because they might look at you as someone who is less than, or has trauma, or something like that. I feel like with the Queen of Swords, you're stepping up and you're stepping out. And you've decided to raise some boundaries, by the way. That's why she's holding the sword, raising some boundaries. And I'm telling you that you can come in, but I'm going to be honest with you about the things that I am manifesting for myself. So the Ten of Pentacles and the Moon tells me that there is possibly like a long-term something that's coming up, a long-term job, a long-term friendship, a long-term relationship. We do have the Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck in the future, but I feel like you can feel it, but you can't see it, because I think you need to get through this Queen of Swords energy first, and realizing that everything is going to come to you when it's supposed to, and that it's a time now for you to liberate yourself from situations where you felt that you were stuck. But we do have movement here. The Six of Swords is always that. It's always going from the choppy waters, going to the calmer waters, because I feel like you feel sort of lucky, or that things are going to start going your way, Taurus. And it's because you've decided to stand up and be counted, be heard. It's time that this is what's giving you the movement forward here. Making some sort of really important decision about your longevity, about what is coming up in the future with the Ten of Pentacles. Tell me about the Six of Swords. We do have the Page of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like it is, we're looking at growth, I want to say, because the Page of Swords in the reverse can be quite immature. And I feel like you are learning to grow. We do have the Six of Cups here. And we have the Queen of Wands, and then the Knight of Pentacles popped out as well. So I do believe here with the Page of Swords that I feel like you're not trusting what people tell you anymore. You're doing your own research. And it's really important, because I don't know how many times I come across people who are like, well, this is what I heard from the other person. And instead of doing your own research and digging into whatever it is, the topic of conversation, instead of doing that, you're taking someone else's word for it. The Queen of Swords tells me that you're not taking somebody's word for it any longer. Because when the Page of Swords is in the reverse, you're detecting bullshit. This is the bullshit detector right here, right? You're detecting gossip. You're detecting deceit. It's like misinformation, because the Page of Swords in the reverse can be a lack of honesty, a lack of clarity. And I feel like you're doing this in your friends group, actually with everybody that you know. People even that you've known for a really long time in the Six of Cups. People that you have a lot of history with. We have the Queen of Wands. You're now taking charge. You've decided that you're going to do what you're going to do. You're an independent person that makes her own decisions, and you will decide whether you go quick or go slow. Go over the details, whether you will hold back and wait, or whether you will move forward. And I feel like it's almost like a revolutionary sort of mindset for somebody here. It's like I realize now that I need to make the decisions I need to make for me. It's really important that I feel that you stay a little bit within yourself and not give everything away. So I want to say that what the growth pattern is here, that you have now grown and expanded your consciousness and your awareness coming through this this eclipse and this Pisces moon, I feel is going to grow, make you grow from this place here. Maybe a place where you were feeling sort of stuck, feeling yeah, I feel like the growth is what you're going to get from this eclipse here, Taurus, and you're no longer going to feel stuck or in lack. You don't really care if people leave you on the outside because you know that you are good enough, right? You know that energy already. And that you've decided you're just going to let people be who they're going to be. Because it says here that that everyone has, that you understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. And look, it's purple. It's the third eye that is open here. You now come to a realization. You can now see things clearer, which might also be an advantage of going through this eclipse energy. Tell me how, in the ways that Taurus is growing, coming in the future, please. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. I love it. Ooh, and the Magician. Oh my goodness. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Look, so I feel like you are growing in love. I feel like you are growing in compassion, that the Wheel of Fortune is here for you. And it does say here to be patient because things happen in divine order. This is the divine order, Taurus. It's right around the corner. I do believe you're going to start seeing some movement or things that are changing or shifting in your life. Probably, if you don't feel it already, you're going to be feeling it by week's end, going into the weekend. I feel like you've all of a sudden realized, you come to this clarity that you are the Magician, that you have all of these tools that you got while you were on the path, because you know the Fool is the zero, right? It's the possibility of everything, but it is nothing. Sorry about all that. The windows are open. Sorry, not sorry. So I feel like that things are changing and moving, and now you've got greater clarity about you need to let people do what they're going to do, and you need to worry about yourself. So we do have the Magician energy here, and the Magician is also about realizing that you're skilled, you have resources, you can move forward on your own. You don't really need anybody's help to do that. But I think that you're doing it. Your growth here is with the Queen of Cups. You've become emotionally available. You've become emotionally aware and aware of other people and why they're making the decisions they're making. But knowing that it's really none of your business, that you need to let them be who they're going to be and carry on with who you are. I feel like for some of you, you've had sort of a software upgrade, or your empathic or psychic energy is now heightened, I want to say, because the Magician next to the Queen of Cups tells me that you're very aware of everything that's going on with you right now. But I feel like somebody here had an upgrade sort of in this emotional psychic energy, I want to say. Bottom of the deck, we have the Devil. We do have the Seven of Swords. Look at that. Somebody's running away from this energy. Oh my goodness, because of change. Look, I feel like this is what we're talking about here. This is the eclipse energy. This is somebody who is like, I'm done with the people who are toxic, the ones who feel like they are that I'm attached to them, or that they can have anything that they want from me. It feels like somebody here has the Seven of Swords is telling me I was lying to myself, that maybe in the past the people I was dealing with were the problem. Maybe I wasn't the problem. So it feels like there is a change of mind here, right? With the Seven of Swords, you're now being honest with yourself. It's a realization. I need to be honest about who is in my life for the right reason and who is in my life for the wrong reason. And then I need to give reciprocity to the people who are in my life for the right reason. All right, so lots of changes coming up for you, Taurus. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'll be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. Thanks, Bull Gang. I'm out for now. You guys take care. See you later. Bye.